One of the beauties of amazing technology that we have today is that you can learn from anywhere. You can take your laptop in a hotspot or a laptop in Wi-Fi at a coffee shop or something, and you can sit there and get into our system and play all these geography games about countries, South America, Africa, Asia, Central America, and so forth. You can do that anywhere at any time. And right now, with my laptop and a streaming service, I am in someone's backyard. I'm waiting. She needs a ride to the airport, my friend, and so I am uh, just kind of working while I'm here. And we're going to do a quick live stream to work on. First of all, we're going to. I made another feature we have here for those of you who are following us on the Texas counties. We're going. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to go to uh, bring that up. I'm going to put myself at the bottom, and I'm going to go right into this. I am not signed in. I am went to clickandlearnsoftware.com. I clicked the play now button. I'm not signed in, but right at the top we have this icon that says 30 days to learn Texas counties. Right now we're up to day 5. And as we go through, we're going to add a new game each day through the month, and then we're going to repeat again the first day of the next month and so forth. 30 days, 30 days, 30 days to help anybody who might want to get in and learn the names in the counties. In addition, we start removing some of the first days so that the information is kind of easier to find on the screen. We have removed the content for days 1 and day 2. I'm going to scroll over. We still have day 3 that you can review, day 4 that you can review, but I'm going to scroll over to the right and I'm going to get into this game that we just created. It's in test mode. It's the same thing we've been doing, but what we did is we put all the questions from A, B, C, and D, 66 questions into this test so that you can practice reviewing what you've already learned. Let's get right into it. You know how this system works. If I click it correct, I'm in test mode, so I get it correct. I get a green button. The button does not disappear. We're not racing the clock. The show me button does not appear. If I get one wrong, it asks for crane. If I get it correct, I get a green light. It asks for Dallas. If I click, let's say, Collin instead, Collin County, gives me a red light. So I know I'm not going to get 100% on this, but that's how this system works. So let's just go right on through. It asks for Brazos. And again, we are not racing the clock. Brazos County, Dickens. If I get it right, you can watch and see if I get them correct. If I get a red light, you know that I got it wrong. This is Bell. This is Coryell. Bell and Coryell. Easy to remember. Calhoun on the coast. Culberson. Aransas. Aransas is also on the coast. Coke, one of the green ones here. This is Coke. This is Coleman. Cook with 2 O's is up at the top on the Red River. Dimmitt. Burleson. Burleson is right next to Brazos, I think. Okay, I got that correct. Coleman. Brooks at the bottom. Briscoe, right below Archer Armstrong, below Armstrong. Callahan, Atascosa, Concho, Brown, Brooks, Brown is straight above Brooks. Dallam is at the top left corner. Baylor, Denton, Donnelly, Duval. That's alphabetically in those cases. Comal, this would be Colorado. Caldwell, Comal. Let's see if this is Comal. It is. Angelina is over here. Bandera is a particular shape. Collin, Plano, Texas is in Collin County. Andrews, a delta. Delta actually looks like a delta between 2 rivers. Cass, Burnett, Cherokee, Bastrop, Bandera, Bastrop. Bastrop is this one. Colorado, Clay at the top. Carson, right above Armstrong. Blanco right above Behar or Bear, Blanco. Deaf Smith, Dawson, Crockett is a large county. Chambers on the coast again. Chambers, Austin, we're the capital of. Actually, Austin, Texas is in Austin County. Brazoria, Cameron at the bottom. B, Bandera, Borden, Bailey, Comanche, Whoa, okay, I got disconnected because of Wi-Fi interference, but I think we're back into where we were. Yes, I'm reconnected. We're up to still. We have answered 50 so far. That's for Comanche, Archer right next to Baylor, Childress right below Collinsworth, Cottle right below Childress, Brewster, Caldwell, right between Colorado and Comal, Collinsworth, Bowie is easy. Camp, it looks like shape of a little tent actually. If you look at it, Behar or Bear. I'm going to get better at the pronunciation. Cochrane, Anderson is the first one alphabetically. Crosby is that one. DeWitt, Donnelly DeWitt. I told someone that DeWitt is kind of shaped like the letter D on its side. It looked like the letter D tipped over, so I think that is DeWitt. Coryell right above Bell. Archer Armstrong. And I got 98%. Now that's pretty good. That's a good way to review. I'm going to exit from that. I'm going to show you the other couple of games that we've got into this system. I'm going to check something real quick. The beauty of being out here by ourselves working is we can do all this stuff. And, okay, just a message. Previous day's lessons, we're going to review counties D, E, and F. Yesterday we learned D, E, and F. Today I'm in review mode. I click single player, and in review mode it goes through these alphabetically, just as if we were playing the game after alphabetical, and then when we get into random. But review takes all of those. So let's just go ahead and do it. And I could probably do this without looking at the questions. Let's try that and see. Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt. One of these is Dimmitt, one of these is Frio. I think this is Dimmitt. Donnelly, Duvall, and then we move to E. Eastland, Ector, Edwards, El Paso, Ellis, Erath, and now we get into F. Falls is Green Falls, Fannin, Falls, Fannin. I have to look at the question. Okay. Fayette, Fisher, I'm back on track. Floyd, Ford, Franklin, Floyd, Ford, Ben, Franklin, Freestone, Frio. And that's how we can review. You can get into this anytime. And when I'm learning something new, it takes a while to learn, but it's so easy to review. I'm going to exit that. I'm going to get right back in. I'll show you another feature of that is right into the same game, but now I'm going to switch from review mode to test mode. I'm going to test myself. And this is something that I really enjoy doing. And if you're into this, you do as well. Dallam, Eastland, as you can see, random order. Dawson, we're in test mode. We're not racing the clock. Dawson would be this one. Erath, this is Ellis, Erath. And Ellis, Fort Bend, Ector, Edwards, Fayette. And in later videos, I'll show you how they all connect together. It's more buttons on the screen, but once you get to that point, you can do that. DeWitt, I think this is this is DeWitt. Falls, I said was green. Floyd, Deaf Smith, Fisher, Fayette, Fisher, Dickens, Frio. This is Dimmitt. This is Frio. Okay, good. Ford, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's spelled differently than the Ford car. El Paso is easy. Duvall, I think it's the purple one down here. Franklin, looks. I mentioned this looks like a tall, skinny county, and Ben Franklin was tall. Fannin, right on the Red River. Donnelly is right on the Panhandle. Denton, Delta. There's Delta. Dallas, right below Collin County and to the east of Tarrant County. So this would be Dallas. Freestone, Dimmitt. This is Dimmitt. Very good. Okay, 100%. That's how you can review. And as a teacher, one of the things you really should do is stay ahead of the students. If you want them to be learning the countries of Central America next week, get in and spend an hour learning the countries of Central America so you can show them maybe with a stopwatch, show them how to recite. Uh, let's just do it. Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, alphabetically is GH, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, uh, Cuba, Haiti, Jamaica, and Mexico is what we have in that game. And when you as a teacher can show your students, and with the stopwatch, show them how you can do that in, I don't know, 12, 15 seconds and challenge them to do better. And they love, kids love a challenge. And if you're a grandparent, want to work with your kids, you can teach them, get into this right into this system. And you can start teaching your grandkids at, I don't know, 6 years old, continents and oceans, and start leading them through a little bit of this and really have fun as a connection. Technology amazes me what we can do. But let's get right into this game where we learn the counties of Texas that starts with the letter G and H. Now I've already gone through this, of course, and so I'm not going to show you what happens all the time. I will show you a little bit. Some of you may be joining us on this day. It asks for gain questions at the top. When you click the correct button, the button, like you get a green light, the button disappears, you're racing the clock. Question changes to Galveston. We go to Galveston. It asks for Garza. If you wait 5 seconds since the last correct answer, the show me button appears. You can use that at any time. Now it asks for Gillespie, Glasscock, Goliad, Gonzalez. We did not beat the clock, so we go through that again. Gaines, Galveston, Garza, Gillespie, Glasscock, Goliad, Gonzalez. And now we beat the clock. We go to 14 questions. We still have the first 7. Gaines, Galveston, Garza, Gillespie, Glasscock, Goliad, Gonzalez, Gray, Grayson, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe. And now we get into the H's, Hale and Hall. Okay, we beat the clock on that one. We click go and go to, I think, 21 questions now. Gaines, still the same order. Gaines, Galveston, Garza, Gillespie, Glasscock, Goliad, Gonzalez, Gray, Grayson, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe. Where's Greg? Greg Grimes, Guadalupe. And then we get into the H's, Hale, Hall, Hamilton, Hansford, Hardiman, Hardin, Harris, Harrison, and Hartley. That's the last one on that. We can move on to the next 28 questions, or we can click this button to review. I'm going to click this button and go through it again. This is good practice for you and your students. Gaines, and do it without looking at the questions. Gaines, Galveston, Garza, Gillespie, Glasscock, Goliad, Gonzalez, Gray, Grayson, Green, Grayson, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe. And then H, Hale, Hall, Hamilton, Hansford, Hardin, Harris, Harrison, and this is Hardin, Harris, Harrison, and Hartley. Okay, I need to work on that. I mispronounced that occasionally. We beat that. We could also use the circle back 7 feature just to review the last 7. Let's do that. It asks for Hamilton, Hansford, Hardiman, Hardin, Harris, Harrison, Hartley. We could do that, or we could click the go button and go to all 28 questions. It asks for Gaines, Galveston, Garza, Gillespie, Glasscock, Goliad, Gonzalez, Gray, Grayson, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe, Hale, Hall, Hamilton, Hansford, Hardiman, Hardin, Harris, Harrison, Hartley, Haskell, Hayes. And now we get into, that was all the HAs. HAYS. Now we get into the HEs. Alphabetically, I know that with the vowels A, E, I, O, U. So we've gone through the HAs, and now we get into the HEs. Henderson, Hidalgo, HI, Hidalgo, Hill, and then the HOs. 1 second overtime. Gaines, Galveston, Garza, Gillespie, Glasscock, Goliad, Gonzalez, Gray, Grayson, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe, GH, Hale, Hall, Hamilton, Hardiman, Hansford, Hardiman, Hardin, Harris, Harrison, Hartley, Haskell, Hayes, Hemphill, the HEs, Hemphill, Henderson, HIs, Hidalgo, Hill, the beginning of the HEOs, Hockley. Now we're going to 35. That might be all of them. I don't know. We'll click go and see. We go through Gaines, Galveston, Garza, Gillespie, Glasscock, Goliad, Gonzalez, Gray, Grayson, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe, Gray Grayson, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe. That's G's. Now we get into the H. Hale Hall, Hamilton, Hamilton. Where's Hamilton? Hansford, Hardiman, Hardin, Harris, Harrison, Hartley, Haskell, Hayes, HE, Hemphill, HE, Hayes, Hemphill, Henderson, HI, Hidalgo, Hill, HO, Hockley, Hopkins, Hood, Hopkins, Houston, Howard, HUs is Hudspeth, Hunt, and Hutchison. That's how we go through the system. The next step would be in random order, and then after that we go into the test mode. I'm not sure how much time I still have. I'm still waiting on my friend to get here, and I'm going to take her to the airport. But let's see how far we can go into random order. Click go. They're in random order. This reinforces what you've learned. Guadalupe, Hardiman, Gray and Grayson, Grimes, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe, Hale Hall, Hood, Hockley, Hood, Hopkins, Hood, Gillespie, Goliad, Gonzalez. There's Gillespie. It asks for Grayson, Hamilton is here. Garza, this was Gaines. This would be Garza. Hopkins is, I think, this one. Gaines. Howard is the last HOs. Harris is over here. Hill. Hardin. Hutchison. Hartley. Hockley. Gonzalez. Goliad, Henderson. Hemphill, Henderson. Houston. Right next to Angelina. Hudspeth. Haskell. Hayes, alphabetically. Hale. Hansford. Greg, Guadalupe. Harrison. Hidalgo. Goliad. Hemphill, and Hunt. 18 seconds over. Normally, I would go through that over and over until I can do that. I think we still got time. I'll click the go button and go. This is in random order. Hardiman, Hockley, Hidalgo. Great. I'm going to focus and concentrate without talking. Houston, Harris, Hartley, Hansford, Hall, Gillespie, Hemphill, Harrison, Hood, Hudspeth, Hale, Galveston, Grimes, Greg Grimes. The buttons are disappearing. Hunt. That makes it easier. Glasscock, Hill, Goliad, Haskell, Hardin. Where's Hardin? Henderson, Grayson. I'm not sure if I'm going to beat the clock. Greg, Guadalupe, Hayes, Hamilton, Hopkins, Garza, Howard, Hutchison, Gonzalez, and Gaines. 2 seconds over. That's how you do it. You go through that until you beat the clock. In order to beat the clock, you have to focus, you have to concentrate, you have to get rid of all outside distractions and go through it. The next step would be test mode. I'm going to exit from that, and I'm going to show you how you can get right into test mode. I click the same game, but instead of letting it play in learn mode, I move right to test mode and click single player. When I click go, this is test mode. You know how it works. Hamilton, random order. Hamilton, the buttons do not disappear. Hill, Hidalgo, Hill. Hayes, Haskell, Hayes. Hockley, first of the HOs. Hunt, Harrison, Harrison. Hemphill, Glasscock, Gillespie, Hartley. We're not racing the clock. I can take my time. I want to get 100%. Gonzalez, I know it's Goliad Gonzalez. Galveston on the coast. Hardiman, Gaines, Hall, Hale, Hall. We learn by learning what they're close to. Henderson, Harris, Hidalgo, Hardin, Guadalupe, Hutchison, Grimes, Greg Grimes, Guadalupe, Greg Grimes. There's Greg, Gray, Grayson, Hopkins, Hockley, Hood, Hopkins. I think this is Hopkins. Grayson on the Red River, Hudspeth, over next to El Paso, Houston County, Hansford at the top, Goliad, Hood, Garza. Well, I got this train going by, it sounds like. Haskell. Where's Haskell? Haskell, Howard, and we got 100%. That's how the system works. And then that was all the lessons for today. That's really what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you how the system works. Lead you through the process. If you are joining us on day 5, just continue right on through, because we're going to get to day 30. Then we're going to come day 1 again to go through this again. If I'm trying to teach somebody, here's the other thing I found. One time, there was back years ago, the Votech in my area was looking for teachers teaching topics, and I had a lot of confidence, but I did not know how to use, back in those days, PC Write, PC Data, PC File, something called Multimate. I even I wanted to learn about how to work with DOS. DOS back was the first Microsoft operating system. And I went over there and I applied for a job as a teacher in the evenings to teach computer classes. And honestly, I knew I taught on Tuesday and Thursday, so after I would spend the whole weekend learning what am I supposed to be teaching next Tuesday. I'd better learn that before I get in and teach it. And it's the same thing with this. If you're a teacher, if you want to learn the geography, the countries of the world, one of the best ways you can do it is by teaching someone else, because in order to teach it, you have to get in early practice with it. With this system, if you're a geography teacher, a new geography teacher that hasn't really worked with this, I know a lot of the state standards don't even require that you learn the names and locations of the countries of the world. But if I'm a teacher, if I'm a good teacher, I'm going to show the students how to use this. I'm going to say, you guys can play this on your own at home. And when they come back, you ask them, you have a little stopwatch, and you say, let's see if you can recite the 50 states in 50 seconds, or whatever project you're working on, and you can show them. Let's see if I can do it. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming, and challenge your students. That was, I don't know if you can see that, but 36 seconds. Challenge your students, make it fun for them. Let them work on their own at home find ways to reward them. Simple little things like lapel pins or certificate of achievement, things like that. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to end the live stream, but tomorrow we will review counties that start with, I think, what counties? I worked on G and H today. We'll review the GH counties, and we'll start with probably IJKI. There's only one county in Texas that starts with the letter I, so I'll probably do IJK. There's not a lot of J's. I think it's 5. No, there are 5 N's. Anyway, we'll figure it out tomorrow. And for now, get in and play, get in and learn to teach others. The part I've showed you is free because we think geography knowledge is really important. That's it for today. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.